right on the money. Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So, hi guys. What I'm doing is I'm making soap today. I'm following a 2x2 recipe that's going to fill one of these molds. So I measured out 16 ounces of coconut oil into my bowl on a scale that I had zeroed out for the weight of the bowl. And then I'm going to add to this, after I melt it, 16 ounces of olive oil. I'm using this, I don't know where he's got this pointed, but I'm using this Midnight Waters fragrance. And I'm going to add 1.6 ounces of this to the whole batch, as well as some coloring. I'm just going to use blue and white coloring because it's a water fragrance. I don't really need to make soap today. We have plenty of soap on our shelf, but I'm getting overrun with goat milk in the freezer, so okay, I'm going to take that bowl off. And I'm going to measure out the lye really quick. I have another spoon. That might work. Big spoon. Oh, I don't know if this bowl's going to be big enough. So I'm just going to tear my scale out. Oh, fuck. You can just edit that little part out.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, I should have measured. I can measure my olive oil into a different bowl. It's fine. So you normally should be wearing gloves when you make soap. I like to live on the dangerous side, so I'm not wearing gloves. I'll be honest.
Oh, you knocked over the bowl.
I'm going to measure out 4.8 ounces of my lye. Just starting to get hard. Okay, I need another bowl.
How big?
Super big. Probably the next size bowl would be fine. Okay, and now I'm going to tear out yet another bowl. And I'm going to try to get 10 ounces of milk in here. Well, it's not going to break up like I was hoping it would. Might have to go to plan B.
Don't you have the cubes in there? Oh, the cubes are gone?
Well, no, they are, but they're like dried out and flaky looking. I was actually just going to ditch them.
So, throw that back in the...
Yeah, is that melted? Yeah, the residual heat from the bowl might be okay.
How long you want to
Shit, I can't decide that. 2 minutes.
Nope. Stop. You're not a professional filmmaker. Pull a scooch over here so you can sit in that bowl.
So I also have these colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use a pearl white and then a pearl blue.
Just because it is the water.
I lied, I'm not going to use the pearl blue. I have something a little darker that I think I want.
Huh.
What?
Nothing.
They used the pearl blue and the sea salt and lily, and it came out like lighter than what I feel Midnight Waters should be. So I have this one that's labeled Aquamarine that I think I'm going to use instead. And it should hopefully be a little darker, and hopefully I can figure out the correct time to add the colors without over mixing the soap, so I can pour it and get some nice swirls.
Okay.
This is the plan. No. I gotta wait till I'm done with the milk until I can.
Correct.
Oh shit, that's good.
I was gonna say, gotta wait for that to.
Okay. I went a little bit over 10 ounces, but that's okay.
Yeah, by 0.3.
Yeah, the little extra milk's not gonna.
I was gonna say, it's not gonna affect anything.
And the rest of this milk I'm just gonna pop back into the freezer. So normally you would actually want your milk frozen so the lye doesn't discolor it, which I'm just gonna start adding the lye. But I'm going to add the white mica anyways, so if it's a little discolored, the white mica should make up for that. I do, however, want to measure out my olive oil really quick. Maybe measure out my olive oil really quick. So this measuring cup actually shows me what 16 ounces is, but I am going to measure it just to be sure that I'm getting the correct amount. Okay, so I can officially put my scale away. Oh no, I can't. I need to measure out my fragrance. Okay, we're gonna add in a little bit more of my lye. Actually, I'm just gonna dump it all in. Normally, you would want to add it a little bit at a time so you don't scorch your milk. But, like I said, I'm adding in that white fragrance anyway. So. And if it's a little discolored, like a little yellow, oh, it's going to turn a lot yellow. Ooh. Interesting. I made a mistake.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
I burnt my milk.
Oh no. Is that why it's that color?
Yes.
So does that mean you restart?
Yep.
Awesome.
So don't add in all the lye at once like I did, because, you know. Yeah, there's no saving that.
Okay, so I guess we'll restart fresh and get you guys back.
Trying again. Add just a little bit at a time. This milk's partially frozen, so that'll help. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the sink and I'm going to have the cold water running while I do it. So I can make sure my bowl's not getting super hot and my lye and milk are not scorching. Now theoretically my bowl should just hopefully plug that up enough. Which it does. Turn that down a little bit. Pretty much I'm just going to keep adding my lye and stirring until I feel it's dissolved and give the bowl a minute so it doesn't get super hot before I keep adding until all my lye is added and then dissolved. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the milk and oils together and stir it with my spatula and divide it in half and add the colors before I start using the immersion blender. That way the colors can get mixed in, and hopefully they'll still be thin enough where I can get some nice swirls going. Not that my last soap came out bad. Okay, so I just let the sink drain, put my bowl back down over the drain. That way I can make sure that the water that's going and staying in the sink is cold and it's not, oh yeah, this is one of the last soaps I made. It's Backwoods Hike.
You gotta bring it down a little bit. Because the camera will be in the sink, so like right there.
So you can see some of the swirling. I did green and like a blackish gray for this one. And then this one is Cecil and Lily. I chose to leave the bottom just the regular soap color, and then I did a blue and kind of purplish swirl, or I tried to. So we're going to try to perfect my soap techniques. We're getting a little bit of discoloration with this, but it's not that horrible, like, orange yellow from it being scorched, so I'm not super worried. I want a little bit more lye. Normally you want to do this with your milk all frozen, and it's you get a lot better results. I'm just letting that water drain out a little bit again. This cold water is helping keep my bowl cool. I actually don't mind this color. I think it makes a pretty soap color in the end. And you want to just keep stirring every time you add the lye.
Not to interrupt you, but does she have a cup already?
Yes.
Where is it?
I have no idea. We're also going to make cookies today, guys. I'm going to make some snickerdoodle cookies. I made hamburger buns last night that came out really good. So the next time I make them, I'll take you guys along for that ride.
So I gotta take and delete some of the stuff on here because there's a little memory. So.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep adding my lye, so we got a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm just adding my olive oil to my coconut oil. I'm gonna stir those together really well. Okay, we're going to stir my olive oil and coconut oil together decently. The fragrance I'm going to wait till the end because the bottle does say that it slightly speeds along the process of a cold process soap, which is what I'm doing. So I don't want to add that too soon. What I'm going to do now, however, is I'm going to add my lye milk mixture to this big bowl. I'm going to scoop everything out. And I'm not going to go put this bowl in the sink yet because I'm actually going to use it when I divide up this batch of soap to add my colors before I add my fragrance. And I'm only going to put the fragrance, I think, in the blue soap. But we'll see. Okay. Now we're going to give this a decent mix. Usually by this point you'd be using an immersion blender, which I do have, but I don't want it to get too thick too fast because I want to use the immersion blender when I add the colors. Which hopefully the color of the olive oil doesn't turn the blue color I picked out green. Okay, so now I'm going to put about half of this mixture back in my small bowl. Because I'm going to start adding my colors. And this is the part where I'm going to get ready for the immersion blender. I'm just going to give these guys a little bit of a stir. Oh no. move my table a little bit, guys. Okay, so this one, as you can see, is now getting thicker. I'm going to blend it just a couple seconds longer. That white didn't really turn it white, and actually I doubt you can honestly see this, so. That's going to be the perfect consistency for that one. The thing I like about the immersion blender I bought is the head comes off. Okay, let's redirect you so you can see everything I'm doing. Okay, so this one thickened up quite a bit. So I'm going to pour this one in first. Oh, but it's not super thick yet, so I might be able to do what I'm looking to do, hopefully. got a ton of this soap mixture all down my mold and on the table. So I'm going to pour some of this blue one into this cup, just because this is going to make it a little easier to pour how I need to over the white. Not all of it's going to fit. That's okay. Okay. Well guys, I don't know how well this is going to have worked out for me with the swirling technique. Soap thickens up pretty fast, so hopefully, I mean I can see some of the white poking through, so hopefully some of that blue got down. Got down into that white. The backwoods hike, I had thickened that one up pretty good, and then I kind of just plopped the colors in. And that's it, guys. I'm going to give this a couple seconds to harden up just a little bit more, and then I'll probably take my spatula and go through and add a swirl to the top, so I'll bring you back for that. And in the meantime, I'm going to go start washing up some of my dishes. Okay guys, so I'm taking some Lysol disinfecting wipes, and I'm using them to wipe down where I was making the soap. Only for the simple fact that we do have a baby, and I want to make sure that nothing is left on the table where her hands might touch and then go into her mouth. Here's my soap. Let me make sure you can see that, okay. It sat for a couple minutes while I did dishes, so I'm now going to take a baby spoon that we don't use, and I'm going to use that to kind of get a swirly design going in the top. I kind of want it to look like water, which the color itself doesn't, but, and there you have it. It's a log of soap. It's now going to go in the refrigerator outside in our garage for like 24 hours, and then it'll get cut sometime tomorrow. And I'll show you guys, hopefully, a cool design on the inside. And join later for Cookies.